Yeah, good morning everyone. As part of data mining techniques, we are going to learn about a very important concept today, that is data warehouse concept. Till now we understand what is the data, how we are going to use the data and how to do the data cleaning process, that is data pre-processing. Then next step is, whenever your data is ready, then automatically we need a huge storage, because we are not working with a normal data of size of, not in terms of the 1 MB or GBs. We are going to work with the terabytes of data to petabytes of data. We are having the data of very huge rich size of data. So whenever we are having the huge rich size of data and that is processed, means the raw data is converted as a understandable structured data with a size of petabytes of data. Then we need a big storage where we can store the with a different dimensionality, not like tables. We have to store like a multi-dimensional data. So we need a mechanism or a warehouse or storage system we need. For that one, a data warehouse is the one of the best approach where we can store huge amount of data with a multi-dimensional fashion. Okay. Now once we understand the data warehouse, then how it is differ from the OLTP and OLAP, means online analytical processing, that is used for the data warehouse, and OLTP for real time data DBMS or transactional databases, online transaction processing. We have two engines, OLAP and OLTP. What is the difference? Which tool we are going to use it to process or extract the data? We are going to use the OLAP for data warehouse. We are going to use the OLTP for the data DBMS, that is runtime data or current data. Okay. So we are going to learn about today about data warehouse and what is the difference between the OLTP versus OLAP. Okay. Then see here, data warehouse nothing but the, as already we discussed it, we are having the data and coming the data, the inflow of the data from the various sources. It may be a personalized data or World Wide Web or any sources, digital libraries and various scientific data. So when we are working with the various aspects, and data mining is not looking for the only a particular domain, the data mining operation need to be done in all the domains like healthcare, education, social service, scientific services, aeronauticals, automobiles. Like we have a plenty of applications we need to work. Whenever we are working the plenty of applications, and there is chance of getting the different data from the different sources and different interfaces. That is what we are getting the data from the different interfaces, not for the particular interface. That in the sense, we may get either World Wide Web or personal database system or digital library or any scientific applications, and that too there is chance of data representation is different, means in all the interfaces they may not maintain a common unified structure. There is chance of each are trying to maintain their data for their understanding levels. So the definition and notation is different from the one interface to another interface or one database to another database. So that's why we have a very difficult scenario and hurdle to make all these different databases make a common thing. Okay. So and also we know that while we are having the data from the various sources, then there is chance of repetition or inconsistency. So to overcome these steps, already we learned about data cleaning process. So with the help of the data cleaning process, we can able to clean the our noisy and inconsistent data. Next ideal is we have to integrate data coming from the various sources. We are getting the data from the various sources. We should make a common data base, common structured data. We are having the different data, so we should make a common structured and at one location. So for that, how to handle what the end user looking for that? We have these coming data from these locations, various sources, and we need a common thing, that is our goal is we should have a unified accessing data. That means we should have integrating the entire data with a common scenario and everyone able to capture, access. So we are getting the data from the World Wide Web, we are getting from the digital libraries and some scientific applications or personal data or educational data or hospital data, like we are getting the various data from based on the type of domain type of business. There is chance of different kind of data. What we need to do is we have to maintain a unified access for any kind of data, for any kind of environment. Suppose a best example, I am an organization, I am having the organization. So the organization contains nearly 100 branches located in various locations. So whenever I am having such a big organization, then what I should do, I need to maintain the different databases, different things like employee information, payroll system. For to take care of the employee, I need to take care about hospitals for them, for provide the education for the students or childs of the my employees. So education sector, like, and major thing is my products. What are my products I am going to develop or manufacturing? So that means in one organization there is a plenty different domains of data is available. We should maintain a common information system that can able to access by any person. In the sense higher authority who are want to take a decision on the data. Whenever these different kind of domains, as I said, whenever one organization is there with a big organization, what will happen? They are trying to maintain the different databases like employee database, products database, hospital information of the employees, and education for their childs, like payroll systems. They are trying to maintain the various informations, different domains. So we should have a common integrated system. And also to do the good manufacturing, some research needed, scientific information. So research on my products to do a better outcome for coming new product. So these kind of information maintained in different way of representations. What should we have to do is, the goal, the aim is unified access by the end user who can able to take a decision to improve, enhance the performance. So we need a common structure, unified storage. From that, the end user who are going to operate, who are going to access, he need a common simple way of retrieval of information. So that's why we need a strong integrated system. Okay, this is our object. When we are going to design a data warehouse, see, we are getting data from the various locations for one organization as example, and our aim is during the getting the data, what is we have a hurdle, we are having the hurdle like the different interfaces, duplications, or the different representations. We need to overcome all those things by providing the unified access of data. So for that we are going to do integration, data integration of the various data sources. That is our aim. Now, how we are going to define a simple data warehouse? A simple data warehouse. A simple data warehouse, I can simply given a simple definition, DW nothing but the data warehouse. DW nothing but the data warehouse. So here the data warehouse is subject oriented, integrated, time varying, non volatile collection of data that is primarily used in organization to take a decision making. Means whenever we are going to maintain a data warehouse, we can give a simple definition. A data warehouse should have a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non volatile collection of data that is used primarily for the organization to take a decision. So the first data warehouse built by W.H. Inman, he designed a data warehouse for unified access of multiple data. Now, what is subject oriented? What is integrated? What is meant by time variant? What is meant by non-volatile? Let's see one by one. Subject oriented in the sense, subject oriented in the sense, as already we discussed it, data warehouse not meant for a single domain, so multiple domains. So what we need here, the subject oriented sense, it may support for the customer relation, or it may support for the education, or it may support for the hospital, hospital, or it may support for the payroll, like any kind of domain, it should be support. The data warehouse can support for any kind of domain, any kind of subject oriented. It may be customer relation management, education, or hospital, payroll, healthcare, like any kind, not only restricted for the particular thing. Your data warehouse should support any kind of domain. Okay, then what is meant integrated? What is meant integration? So integration is nothing but the integration is nothing but the we are receiving data from the various branches. I am having the n number of branches. Then what I should do is I need to merge all this data into a common storage system called the data warehouse. That means we should maintaining the we are having the multiple data sources. It may be flat file or text file, any things that should be stored into a common storage. It may be text file or a flat files or database. We need a common storage. That is what we call the integration. So while integration, we have some struggles, some issues. That's already we learned during the data integration. The issues are when we are going to integrate different sources of data, there is a chance of what is problem is entity identification problem. Means two tables, two databases having common data, but the naming of the tables like transaction ID, TID. In some table, transaction ID. In another database, TID. Both are same, but both are different naming notations. That leads to the duplication. Such a problems we have to eliminate. How we are eliminated those hurdles we learned during the data integration concept. Okay. Now, integration nothing but the merging. The third one is time varying. Time varying in the sense, generally the data mining operations where to extract information from the historical data. Historical data. We are going to perform data mining operation on the historical data. That means old data, not on the current data. We are working on the historical data. In the sense, I need a data of past 2 years or past 2 to 5 years or past 5 to 10 years. That means time varying. How the data or the outcome of a product or how the customers are changing their attitude or changing their interestedness or their behaviors while purchasing any product. Past 1 year, how their behavior, what is the interestedness of the purchasing of my product. Past 2 years, how it is. Past 2 to 5 years or past 5 to 10 years. That means the interesting factor of the customer we have to study. If we cannot go like a normal strategy to improve the business. What happened? A best example is Nokia. Everyone knows that. Nokia mobile phones. Nokia is a connecting. Nokia is best example. Nokia. Everyone knows that. Connecting people. But nowadays, last 10 years back, Nokia is a brand. Nokia mobile is a brand. Connecting people as a caption. A simple caption, connecting people. But now there is no connecting people. Nokia's organization is wind up and take over by the Microsoft. Because what happened with the Nokia? They are not follow the interestingness of the customer. They are manufacturing the regular products 10 years back. Then the Samsung is captured the identify the customer interestedness and they introduced the smartphones, touch screen phones. Slowly the whole market take care by the Samsung. The total market throughout the world, not for a particular city, entire world. Samsung is came with the take over the entire customers from the Nokia because Nokia not identify the interesting of the customer. So now there is no Nokia. The company is wind up and that is take over by the Microsoft. That's why we have to pay very key attention towards while doing the data mining operations. Time variant, how last year it is, how past 2 years, how is the behavior of the last 10 years back. Based on that, I need to analyze my product and I need to analyze customer interestedness. Based on that, I need to generate and manufacture new item. Then only customer able to purchase or we can able to retain our customers. Okay. Another example, the best example is Jio. In telemarketing, Jio. They came with a last 5 years back, providing the per day 1 GB and 1 year free. Per day, generally 1 GB, 5 years back, I used it for 1 month. I am calculating, okay, today I need to use 100 MB. Like that I calculated. But Jio introduced it with a 1 GB of data per day. And that too, they give a membership for 1 year free. The entire customers of all the telecom sectors migrate towards Jio. Now it reaches the 10 crores of customers. Almost all the telecom industries are wind up. Now only Jio, Airtel, Vodafone and Idea merged because of to retain their customers, to give a competition to Jio. That means we have to identify the customer interestedness because as I said, for 1 month I used it 5 years back, 1 GB for 1 month, but today I am using per day 1 GB. So that means I am using for various operations. There is a bound past 5 years back. Now there is no bound. I can use as much as I can. That is the advantage. Take care by Jio. Okay. Like if you are not follow the time variant operations on historical data that leads to the collapse of your decision or your product. Okay. The last one is non-volatile. Non-volatile in the sense, in data warehouse, we are performing only read and read operations on stored data. We are performing the read operation on the stored data. We are never perform delete, update operations. So we does not require any recovery management or any concurrence process, because we are working on historical data. So we does not require any recovery management or failures whenever data is lost, recover, or durability. These things does not require. We need a strong non-storage, because database is separated. All the data coming from various sources will be stored in a separate warehouse, where we can perform only read operation. So we does not require any kind of delete, update operations, and we does not require any transaction failures or recovery management. Simply we need a strong storage that won't be lost, non-volatile information. Okay. So based on this, a data warehouse, simply we can say that a data warehouse is nothing but a subject oriented, integrated, time varying and non-volatile collection of data that is used to primarily for any organization to take a decision. That is what a simple data warehouse. Okay. Now see a simple example how data warehouse it is. See here, as I said, subject oriented, enterprise resource planning, example, ERP database, enterprise resource planning, customer relation management, CRM, customer relation management, some flat files, like we are getting the data from the various databases of my organization. So I am getting data from the various format, flat files or tables I am getting. So that I am getting data from the various locations. Then what I am going to do is I need to integrate. That means various domains, various subjects. Then what I am going to do is I am going to integrating all these databases. I am going to do integration of these databases. So that means I am going to extracting data from all these subject oriented, all these different domains, and make, that means what I am going to do next, I am going to do the transformation, as we already studied data transformation concept. That means whenever we have a huge data, what we are going to do is we are going to transform or doing the normalization concept to make all the data within the particular range. Some data may be with very high values, some data with very low values. What we are going to do is we simply make all the values within the range of 0 to 1 or a required range -1 to 1. We make a transformation. So after transformation, finally we are going to store or load. That is what we call the ETL process. So extract, transform, load. Here what we are going to do is we are getting the data from the various sources, and that data need to be transformed a required format, and that data is loaded into the data warehouse. So this data warehouse, this. So after getting the from the various subjects, we are going to do this ETL operation, ETL process, extract, transform, load process. Then we have a standard data warehouse. It supports subject oriented, it supports integrated, it supports time variant, it supports non-volatile, subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile. Now you are having the entire your organization of various branches, information in a standard structured format. Here the data will be stored in terms of the what you call data cubes. Data cubes. We will discuss in the coming session. We are going to discuss about what is data cube. And from that, we are going to apply data mining techniques. We are going to apply the data mining techniques. So data mining techniques like classification, clustering, association rules to extract data as per your task, as per your job, and those will be displayed in terms of the graphical representation. This is what entire data mining process, a simple data mining process. Okay. Hope everyone understand this concept. First we are getting the various sources of data, then we are going to do the ETL process, then we got the data warehouse, and the data warehouse data is ready, then we are going to apply the data mining concepts. The result will be appeared task relevant output.